Alright, quick question. Have you ever had a cast member go way out of their way for you at Disney World? Like extra friendly, extra helpful, maybe even a little magical? And then another time it felt totally normal? Yeah, there are actually specific things you can do that cast members love, and when you do them, everything about your day just feels better. I've spent years in the parks, talking with cast members and picking up on what really makes a difference, and today, I'm giving you 14 of those insider behaviors. We'll start with the simplest one that takes literally seconds, and working our way up to a few that most guests never think about. And if you miss these, you're not ruining your trip, but you are leaving a lot of magic on the table. So, let's jump in. Number 1. Use the cast member compliment feature. Our first secret is hidden right in your phone. Walt Disney World's mobile app isn't just for booking your Lightning Lane passes or ordering lunch, it also contains a feature that lets you publicly praise a cast member. Within the My Disney Experience app, there's a section called Cast Compliment. From the home screen, tap the hamburger menu, scroll down to the Cast Compliment option, choose a pre-written sentiment like exceeded expectations or went above and beyond, and then type in the cast member's name and hometown. This digital thank you goes into a system accessible by leadership, where it is formally recorded on the employee's permanent internal record. These blue notes are a massive deal. They are often flagged during performance reviews and can directly influence a cast member's eligibility for promotions or transfers to coveted roles. A recent Walt Disney World update revealed that guests have submitted more than 3 million compliments through this tool. That's a huge source of morale for the team. Using it tells cast members you noticed their efforts in a way that actually helps their career. The key is to remember their names, and also their hometown, which is printed on the name tag. If you're in a rush, just snap a quick photo of the tag so you don't forget the spelling. Then submit the compliment later when you're resting back at the hotel. This simple, free act is deeply treasured by cast members who may otherwise feel like their hard work goes unnoticed in the daily park crowds. Number 2. Stop by guest relations to deliver praise. Not comfortable using the app? There's an old school option. Walk into guest relations at any park or resort and speak to the desk. In a touring plans article, a former cast member explained that leaving praise at guest relations creates a record in that employee's file. Managers read these notes during performance reviews, and it often results in the employee receiving a physical Great Service Fanatic card or certificate to display. Imagine your favorite Jungle Cruise skipper getting recognized at their next shift because you took 5 minutes to say, "They made us laugh so hard we were almost crying." When you show up in person, the coordinators often take more detailed notes than the app allows, capturing the specific magic of your story. Your voice carries immense weight here. You can also send an email to guest communications or tweet with the hashtag #CastCompliment. Both are monitored by Disney staff and forwarded to the right departments. These public shoutouts are frequently printed and posted in backstage break rooms for the entire team to see. A heartfelt note doesn't just make a cast member's day, it can have a lasting career implication, helping them land competitive roles like VIP tour guides or guest relations itself. How cool is that? Number 3. Bring tiny thank you cards. One of the most adorable gestures I've seen is guests who pack small business card-sized thank you notes. Touring plans suggest pre-printed cards that say, "Thank you for making our vacation magical," and leave in a space to write the cast member's name. Handing one over after a great character interaction or outstanding service shows you prepared in advance to spread kindness, and it instantly transforms a cast member's entire shift. Cast members often keep these cards tucked into their lanyards, wallets, or lockers as a source of inspiration during grueling 12-hour days. When I once asked an attractions host about their favorite memory, they pulled out a weathered crayon drawing from a child that said, "Thank you, Mickey's friend." These tokens are tangible, heartfelt reminders of why they do what they do, serving as stored magic they can look at whenever they're feeling exhausted. It's an incredibly inexpensive yet powerful way to create a memorable connection that lingers long after you've left the park. By giving them something physical to hold on to, you're essentially refilling their own pixie dust so they can keep creating magic for the next family in line. Number 4, just be genuinely kind. It seems obvious, but according to multiple cast members, nothing beats simple courtesy. Being polite, saying please and thank you, and treating employees like people rather than servants goes a long way. A Mickey Visit article compiled comments from cast member Reddit threads and found that guests who treat cast members with respect often receive more help, extra time, or occasional small magical moments. Think about it. When you're cheerful and patient, it's easier for them to return the favor. There's actually a bit of positive psychology at play here. When you are genuinely kind, you trigger a helper's high in the cast member, releasing oxytocin, the bonding hormone, which lowers their stress levels. Since cast members perform intense emotional labor by staying in character all day, a moment of authentic human connection acts as a psychological reset. Kindness can break a cycle of negativity and encourage positive feedback loops where both parties feel seen and valued. In other words, being nice not only makes their shift better, it can also improve your day by lowering your own cortisol levels. I've experienced unexpected VIP parade views and unscheduled character interactions simply by making conversation and showing appreciation. Remember, behind that smile is a person who's probably been asked the same question 100 times today. Treat them as an individual, acknowledge their humanity, and watch how the atmosphere around you shifts instantly. Number 5. Respect height requirements and safety rules. Cast members appreciate when guests follow the rules, especially regarding height. The same Mickey Visit article recounted stories where parents tried to circumvent height restrictions by stuffing socks in children's shoes or arguing with a person at the measuring stick. While there isn't a single public incident report for the whole company, internal anecdotes and cast member surveys suggest that frontline workers at major attractions like Seven Dwarfs Mine Train or Flight of Passage deal with height-related disputes dozens of times per shift. It is, by far, one of the most draining parts of their day. Height requirements aren't arbitrary or meant to ruin your vacation. They are strictly engineered for your child's physical safety within the ride's restraint system. Following them keeps everyone safe and ensures operations run smoothly without the need for security interventions. If you have a child who doesn't meet the requirement, cast members are happy to help with rider switch so everyone else gets a turn without waiting in the full line twice. Thanking them for enforcing these non-negotiable safety standards makes their job significantly easier and prevents the compassion fatigue that comes from constant arguing. Next time you're at Space Mountain, use that red line as a teaching moment about following instructions and watch how the cast members' shoulders visibly relax when you simply smile and walk away instead of pushing back. They aren't trying to be the fun police. They are literally trained that safety is the first and most important of Disney's 4 keys. Well, actually 5 keys now. Number 6. Listen to ride instructions and stow belongings. Along the same lines, it's a relief when guests listen to instructions. On Tower of Terror, for instance, safety instructions tell you to pull on the yellow strap, stow loose items, and keep your hands inside the elevator. A story from the same Mickey Visit article describes guests ignoring these rules and causing delays. Cast members love when you pay attention, buckle up on the first try, and store your backpack properly. When a guest fumbles with a seatbelt or refuses to stow a bag, it creates a stacking effect where the entire ride system pauses and wait times spike for everyone else in line. It shows respect for their training and allows the ride to run on schedule, preventing the dispatch pressure that cast members feel when trying to meet their hourly capacity goals. Bonus: you'll avoid unexpected whiplash and potentially losing valuables to the Disney Lost and Found abyss. It may not seem glamorous, but doing as we're told means more time enjoying attractions and less time listening to pre-ride spiels repeated. By being a prepared guest, you aren't just following rules, you're actually helping the cast member maintain the flow of the entire show. You've heard the first 6 secrets, all about courtesy and cooperation, but what if I told you the very next thing on this list is a common, generous gesture that a cast member is actually trained to refuse, and accepting it could risk their job? Stick around, because the rules are about to get a lot more surprising. Number 7. Skip the tips, leave compliments instead. This might sound counterintuitive. We're conditioned to tip service employees, but Disney cast members are not allowed to accept cash tips in most frontline roles. According to Mickey Visit, guests sometimes try to slip money to cast members. However, the only thing employees can accept is a compliment or a handshake. If they accept a tip, they risk disciplinary action. That's why using the mobile compliment system or visiting guest relations is more effective and appropriate. Even small tokens like candy or drawings are appreciated, but cash is a no-go. So put the dollars away and invest in a minute of meaningful praise. It's worth far more to them. Number 8, don't ask them to break the rules. This one might be a shocker for some. Guests frequently try to get cast members to bend policies, letting them into reserved viewing areas, extending ride hours, or ignoring return times. Mickey Visit highlights that cast members cannot make exceptions without risking their job. They do not have the authority to break policies even when they want to help. Asking them to do so puts them in an uncomfortable position. Instead, respect their limitations and remember there are thousands of guests following the same rules. By cooperating, you demonstrate empathy and ease their stress. If you need assistance, politely ask if there's a formal process to handle your situation. Cast members will feel valued and may go out of their way to find a solution within the rules. Number 9, laugh at Jungle Cruise jokes. For decades, the skipper's punny jokes have been a hallmark of the Jungle Cruise. But did you know it's one of the easiest ways to make a cast member's day? A Yahoo article compiling cast member stories noted that skippers love when guests laugh at their corny lines. It might seem like they've told those jokes 1,000 times, but your laughter validates their performance. It tells them you're engaged and that energy feeds back into the ride. If you're worried about seeming fake, don't be. Skippers can tell the difference between a genuine chuckle and a courtesy laugh, but leaning into the humor and playing along can transform a standard ride into an interactive adventure. So, next time you hear about the backside of water, give it the belly laugh it deserves. Number 10. Wear creative Disney apparel. Speaking of playing along, cast members secretly adore guests who embrace the dress-up culture. According to the same Yahoo compilation, employees keep mental notes of the most creative shirts or outfits they see. That vintage Epcot tee or handmade Guardians of the Galaxy dress might spark a conversation with a cast member who shares your fandom. I once wore a Hatbox Ghost t-shirt at Walt Disney World and ended up discussing Haunted Mansion lore with a custodian for 10 minutes. The conversation made both of our nights. Bringing a fun wardrobe piece also sparks compliments from other guests. It's a small way to express your Disney side and create community. Just be sure your attire is park appropriate and comfortable enough to survive Florida humidity. So far, we've covered how to interact with cast members you can talk to, but what about the ones who can't talk back? Next, we're going behind the mask to share the one gift you can give a costumed character that they will actually keep and treasure forever, and it's not what you think. Number 11. Gift characters personal gestures. Remember those thank you cards we talked about? Kids and adults sometimes take it a step further by creating handmade cards or drawings for specific characters. A story from Yahoo recounts a former princess receiving a series of cards from a little girl named Emily for characters like Pocahontas and Mulan. Those moments melted her heart and remained a cherished memory. Characters are performers within strict guidelines. They can't break character to say thanks the way a typical person might, but they will treasure your gift after the set and share it with colleagues. Bringing a picture or letter as a gift is an easy way to stand out. It shows you care about the person behind the costume and not just the photo op. Number 12. Engage in genuine conversation. Cast members aren't just trained to operate attractions, many are passionate storytellers. On Kilimanjaro safaris, for example, guides like Charm and Angel stand out by answering questions and connecting with kids who love animals. They're recognized through the mobile compliment program because guests appreciate their warmth and knowledge. PhotoPass photographers like Lewis will not just snap a picture but encourage you to strike fun poses or teach you how to use the camera. When you ask them questions about their role or favorite part of the job, you invite an authentic exchange. I once learned a Frontierland attractions host loves the Country Bear Jamboree and has a personal ranking of each bear, something you wouldn't know if you just walked right on past. Remember, cast members have unique stories. Asking, "What's your favorite memory here?" can spark a memorable connection. Number 13. Recognize unsung heroes. We often think about the skippers, the characters, and the ride operators. But behind the scenes are custodians, security staff, and even the ducks of Magic Kingdom. The Disney Tourist blog emphasizes recognizing underappreciated roles. A single compliment to a custodian who keeps the bathrooms spotless might mean more than multiple shoutouts to a Jungle Cruise skipper who gets compliments daily. Security cast members keep you safe, yet rarely receive praise. When you take a moment to say thank you for what you do or submit a compliment for a maintenance person who quietly fixed a ride, you balance the scales. At least, I think so. These are the people who ensure the parks shine every morning. The next time you see a custodian squeegeeing a walkway, make eye contact and thank them. It's like giving backstage crew their well-deserved standing ovation. Number 14. Include details when you compliment. Our final secret is the simplest yet often overlooked. Include details in your compliments. When you submit praise through the app, write down the cast member's name and hometown from their name tag. Generic compliments like "everyone was great" are nice, but they don't end up attached to a specific person's file. Managers need full information to deliver the recognition. If you can, describe the interaction. "John from Tampa made my daughter feel like a princess at breakfast." So leadership knows exactly what happened. These specific anecdotes are often read aloud during team meetings and are used to nominate standout employees for prestigious internal awards. This not only ensures your compliment gets to the right person, but also captures the nuance of what made that moment special. Taking the extra 20 seconds to write details is like adding the final brushstroke to a painting. It elevates the whole piece. Walt Disney World cast members are the secret sauce of guest satisfaction. Without their energy, enthusiasm, and knowledge, the parks would be just beautifully themed rides. Every time you follow safety instructions, laugh at a pun, or hand over a card, you reinforce why they show up for long shifts. Cast members tell me they often feel invisible, especially in support roles. Your compliments are not only recorded, they're read aloud during team meetings and posted on break room boards. When managers see names pop up repeatedly, it can lead to additional training opportunities, promotions, or recognition programs. That means your words have tangible effects on people's careers. So yes, your compliments can make dreams come true. As you plan your next Disney trip, pack your smartphone, your patience, and maybe a handful of thank you cards. Remember to use the cast member compliment feature in your app, stop by guest relations, and appreciate the hidden heroes. Laugh, play, and connect. Don't try to game the system or ask employees to risk their jobs. Focus instead on making someone's day, because those cast members are the ones who will make yours. Take time to ask questions, respect safety rules and height requirements, okay? And share your experiences with Disney leadership. Fill your trip with gratitude and curiosity, and you'll unlock a level of magic that goes beyond lightning lane passes and fireworks. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What's your favorite cast member memory, or who's the most memorable employee you've encountered at a Disney park? Let me know in the comments. Sharing your stories helps other viewers learn what to look for and who to thank. If this episode made you feel excited, smash that like button and subscribe for more insider Disney tips. And, of course, don't forget to share this video with your fellow Disney-loving friends so they can be a part of the kindness trend. For now, click the next video on your screen for even more secrets about maximizing your magic, because your adventure is just beginning.